Hi, this poem's called The Merely Players. It's been for this week's poems about Primetime Blue Sky, main stage. The Merely Players. 4th grade, first year in public school, nobody. So they made me one of 10 little Indians in to play about Johnny Appleseed. My mother embarrassed, at the holey underarms in my t-shirt, not my whoop whoop whooping and swinging at fucking toy tomahawk. 5th grade, I'm straight A's and get a lead in the school musical. But way cooler is being promoted to safety patrol lieutenant, assigned to the crossing guard who works the corner outside her dad's candy store and sneaks us free treats every morning. Living in a fish island, charmless subdivisions. We are all anybodies in unibodies, getting fooled again as we bang our steering wheels to glove box with 8 tracks and album rock anthems. Little girls with bad intent, archetypal Aqua Barbarellas racing Barbie Ferraris with Barber O'Reilly and Barber, calendar girls wrapped up like a douche, telling you to end your life, but it's too late. I'd rather be a reverend in blue jeans, feeling the meat from a tangerine, and I've no excuse for kissing a moose in the jungle. But she's so fucking A. She's so fucking A. Okay. The Merely Players. The first half of his poem is just true stories. I went to Catholic school for 3 years, so I started public school in 4th grade. The Merely Players, is homage to Rush. The first thing I thought of when I saw main stage prompt was Limelight by Rush, and they say all the world's indeed a stage. We are merely players, performers and portrayers. Paraphrasing the Shakespeare, and so the second half is all really misheard lyrics and misappropriated lyrics. So in Limelight, they say Getty Lee sings, living in a fisheye lens, and I always thought he's saying living in a fish island, and subdivisions. They talk about charmless appears in that word, but subdivisions is Alex Lifeson lip syncs that on the video and on live, and even though he doesn't say it, subdivisions. It's a sample from a local news reporter, but he says in this subdivisions, but there was like a big deal about who said it, and but it wasn't Alex Lifeson, and it wasn't the drummer, little girls with bad intent. Aqua, Ian Anderson says, eyeing little girls with bad intent. I just misappropriated it, and Barbara O'Reilly. Everyone thought the Who song was Baba O'Reilly, even though the word's not even in the song. And Barber, I always thought the Beach Boys sang Barber instead of Barbara Ann, and I wondered, like, is Barbara like a hair cutter or what? Barbara she a hair cutter, and Calendar Girls Neil Sedaka song, right? And wrapped up like a douche. It's Blinded by the Light. Everybody thought, especially Manfred Mann, sang douche, not deuce, and Tell You End Your Life. A lot of people heard Paranoid by they thought Ozzy Osbourne was saying, end your life, not enjoy life. He said, he tells you to enjoy life, but a lot of people thought he was saying end your life, and and he said, I'd like to, but it's too late. And Reverend in Blue Jeans, Neil Diamond, Rebel in Blue Jeans, and feeling the meat from a tangerine. ABBA and Dancing Queen says, feeling the beat from a tambourine. But here, a lot of people thought they said tangerine, but here I'm even making it further, like the meat from a tangerine. And in Peter Gabriel's Games Without Frontiers, one time in one chorus he says, kissing baboons, in the jungle. And the other chorus he says, pissing on the goons, which is not very nice. And so I don't know what I ever heard it as, but I put it as, kissing a moose. And it's from the same song. Kate Bush sings the French. And of course, nobody in my school or, town knew French, and so no one knew what she was singing at the end of that Peter Gabriel song. So, a lot of people around the world thought they said she's so popular. I think that was so lame. I don't think it ever really sounded like she's so popular, but I always heard it as she's so fucking A. She's so fucking A. And I thought that was a lot cooler, to tell you the truth. Really, I think it's cooler than the original. But anyway, the Merely Players.